Hello students, welcome back to Effortless Chemistry. Already we have started group 16 of the p block elements, and in the last session we have discussed up to electronegativity. Now we will continue the remaining part, that we will discuss now electron affinity. So this electron affinity, in short I will write it as A. We know that electron affinity is nothing but amount of energy released when an electron is added to the neutral gaseous atom. So whenever we add an electron to the neutral gaseous atom, that atom gives out energy. So more the amount of energy given outside by the atom by gaining the electron, more is the tendency of the atom to gain the electron. Already we know that one. So I will take an example here. First one, small atom I will take little bit larger, and another atom I will take like this. Okay. To each of these atom I will add an electron. So here also I will add an electron, and to this one also I will add an electron here. Okay. So after adding electron, this atom gives out energy, that I will take it as, just for understanding, I will take it as 400 calorie of energy is given outside. To this atom, after adding electron, it will give 200 calorie of energy. So that again this atom gives out 100 calorie of the energy. So which atom is giving out more amount of energy here? Atom A. I will take it as A, B and C. So more the amount of energy given outside by the atom, more is the tendency of the atom to gain the electron. So electron affinity is what? It indicates the tendency of the atom to gain the electron. So atom A gains electron more readily because it is giving out more amount of energy. So the electron affinity is in the order of what? A greater than B greater than C here. So negative sign indicates what here? Negative sign indicates the amount of energy given outside here. So more amount of energy, more the amount of energy given outside, more is the tendency of atom to gain electron. So this one you have to remember. This is very important point here. So always electron affinity value is what? Negative. More negative value, more tendency. More positive value, less tendency to gain the electron here. So if I write electron affinity values, always electron affinity values are negative values, because it is exothermic process. Electron affinity is what? Addition of electron is exothermic. Especially I am discussing for electron affinity 1, addition of first electron it is. Okay. So here, if electron affinity value is negative, more tendency to gain electron. Suppose if it is a positive, that is a less tendency to gain electron. Always you keep in mind, electron affinity values are written in the negative sign only. Okay. Now we will go for variation of this electron affinity within the group 16. Okay. And this one, down the group, what happens? In the group 16 or in any group, if you go down the group, what happens? Atomic size is increasing. Like this, atomic size increases here. So this is the oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium, like this it is. Okay. This electron affinity is maximum for what? Small size atom. See here, small size, large size and large size. So as the size of the atom increases, electron affinity value decreases. So we can write one point here, electron affinity is inversely proportional to what? Size here, S. So because of this, what happens? Down the group atomic size increases, electron affinity value decreases here. So the tendency of the atom to gain the electron decreases down the group with increase in the atomic size. As atomic size increases, the added electron will be far away from the nucleus, so that it will not experience much force of attraction from the nucleus, so that electron gaining tendency decreases or addition of electron become difficult here. That's why electron affinity value, electron affinity decreases down the group from sulfur to tellurium. Okay, will not consider this radioactive element. So from sulfur to tellurium, what happens? With increase in the atomic size, electron affinity value decreases here. But there is an exception here. Even though this oxygen is having smaller size, it must have highest electron affinity value as compared to the sulfur. Always you keep in mind, don't get confused. Electron affinity values are written in the negative sign only. More the negative value, more is the tendency. For example, I can write here. Here I will take, suppose sulfur is giving out 400 calorie of energy after gaining electron. Selenium giving 200 and it is giving what? 100. More negative value, more tendency. Less negative value, less tendency. You can write like this here. Okay. But there is an exception here. Even though oxygen is having a smaller size than the sulfur, the electron gaining tendency for oxygen is less as compared to sulfur. You will see that reason now. You see here, suppose I will discuss electron affinity 1. Electron affinity of oxygen is less than the sulfur. See here, this is the second period element and this is what? Third period element. It is having smaller 2p orbital and this is having larger 3p orbital. Smaller 2p orbital is there means what happens? In the 2p orbital already 5 electrons are present here like this. 4 or 5 electrons you can take here. In case of smaller 2p orbital, electrons are very close to each other. Because of that, high interelectronic repulsion is there among the electrons here. But if you go for sulfur, the electrons are present in the larger 3p orbital, so that interelectronic repulsion is less here. Due to the high interelectronic repulsion among electrons of the 2p orbital, addition of new electron become difficult in case of oxygen. So addition of new electron become difficult in case of oxygen means what? Its electron affinity decreases, its electron gaining tendency decreases here. But here electrons are far away from each other as compared to this one, so that interelectronic repulsion is less here, so that the new electron can be easily added to the larger 3p orbital. That's why electron affinity value of oxygen is less than the sulfur. Okay, that is sulfur is having more tendency to gain the electron as compared to oxygen. Due to high interelectronic repulsion among electrons of the 2p orbital, addition of electron become difficult in case of oxygen. That's why the electron gaining tendency of the oxygen is less as compared to sulfur here. Okay, I will write that sentence now. Not only in case of group 16 here, you can go for group 15, 16 and 17 also. See here, I will write the common variation, that is, in case of group 15, already you have studied that. Group 15, if you study, this is the second period element and this will be what? Third period element, nitrogen and phosphorus, oxygen and sulfur here. If you go for group 17, fluorine and chlorine, these atoms, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine, they are having small size, and phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine, they are having large size. Because of this, these atoms must have highest electron affinity value, but they are having less electron affinity value as compared to these atoms. The reason is what? Due to the smaller 2p orbital, addition of electron become difficult here, but in case of larger 3p orbital, electrons can be easily added. That's why the electron affinity value of nitrogen is less than phosphorus, oxygen is less than sulfur, fluorine is less than chlorine here. Okay, what is the reason for this one? Due to high interelectronic repulsion among electrons of 2p orbital, electron gaining tendency of oxygen is less than sulfur. For example, if I take, this is oxygen and this is a sulfur, if I take electron affinity value, so this is less than this one. See here, sulfur is having more negative electron affinity value, like I will take minus 400. For this one, for understanding, I will take what? Minus 300. More negative value, more electron affinity, less negative value, less electron affinity value. Okay, So these minus 300, minus 400, minus 200, whatever I have written, just for the understanding purpose only, these are not the exact values. Okay, so this is about electron affinity of group 16 elements. Next point, next we will discuss elemental state here. Elemental state. Okay, what are the group 16 members here? Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. These are members of group 16. Out of these members, only oxygen is gas. Oxygen is gas and remaining all are available in the solid state here. Now we will see here oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium. Okay, mainly we will take these 4 elements. This oxygen is having a smaller 2p orbital. Okay, and these remaining elements, they are having what? Larger p orbital like 3p, 4p and 5p. Because of this small size, because of its small size and high electronegativity, this oxygen has unique ability to form p5 multiple bond with other oxygen. So I will write this oxygen like this, and I will take another oxygen. Okay, because of smaller 2p orbital only, oxygen has ability to form p5 multiple bond. Already we have discussed p5 multiple bond is stable only in case of smaller 2p orbital because of effective overlapping. So I will take these are the 2s electrons of oxygen, 2 electrons here and 2 electrons here, and 2p electrons of this oxygen like this. These are the 2p electrons of the oxygen. Here 4 electrons are there like this. Okay, so these are 2s and these are what? 2p electrons. Now this 2py and 2py of 2 oxygen atom, they will undergo axial overlapping to form what? A sigma bond between the 2 oxygen atom. Next, the remaining 2pz and 2pz, they will undergo what? Sidewise overlapping to form the phi bond between the 2 oxygen atom. That's why O2 molecule is formed here. Between the 2 oxygen atom, 2 bonds are there. One is sigma bond and another is what? Phi bond. And this will be what here? p5 multiple bond, which is stable. Therefore, O2 molecule is formed here. Next, what happens? Between these O2 molecule, there exists a weak van der Waals force of attraction between them, like this. Weak van der Waals force of attraction between O2 molecule. That's why O2 is a gas at the room temperature. Okay. Therefore, what happens? Due to small size and high electronegativity of the oxygen atom, it has unique ability to form p5 multiple bond with the other oxygen. Therefore, there is a formation of what? O2 molecule. Between them, weak van der Waals force of attraction is there. Hence, O2 exists as a diatomic gas at the room temperature. O2 is a diatomic molecule. Okay, I will write that point here. And another point we will discuss. And these remaining elements, because of presence of larger p orbital like 3p, 4p and 5p, due to presence of these larger p orbital, they will not achieve effective overlapping. That's why they cannot form p5 multiple bond. That is not p5 stable multiple bond. Okay, because of that, what happens? These sulfur, selenium and tellurium, they do not exist as diatomic molecule. The atom which forms p5 multiple bond exists as what? Diatomic molecule here. These are not able to form p5 multiple bond, hence they do not exist as diatomic molecule. I'll write those points here. First point, what we will write? Due to small size, high electronegativity, small size and high electronegativity of oxygen atom, it has unique tendency to form p5 multiple bond with other oxygen atom. Hence, O2 molecule is formed. and there exist weak van der Waals, I'll write in short, van der Waals force of attraction between O2, hence O2 exists as diatomic gas. At room temperature. This is what you have to concentrate. Next point I will write. Already we know that O2 is a diatomic gas, but if I go for remaining elements sulfur, selenium and tellurium, these are having what? Larger p orbital. Due to presence of larger p orbitals, sulfur, selenium and tellurium are not able to form p5 multiple bond, hence they do not exist as diatomic molecules. Okay, instead of that they prefer to form a single bond. They prefer to form single bond and they exist as 8-membered ring. 8-membered ring here, like sulfur exists as octatomic molecule, that is S8. Selenium also exists as octatomic molecule, Se8, and this is T8. Tellurium also it exists as a octatomic molecule, so that only oxygen is diatomic and remaining all element, because they are not forming a p5 multiple bond, they prefer to form only single bond and they exist as what? Octatomic molecule here, hence they exist as S8, Se8 and Te8. And again this tendency to exist in 8-membered ring, again it decreases down the group, and here S8 molecule is more stable as compared to remaining these two here. This sulfur exists as a octatomic molecule. I will show that structure. These all are octatomic. Okay, it exists as a 8-membered ring, like it is having a crown shape like this. This is a sulfur and this is sulfur. This also sulfur. Okay, in this 8-membered ring, it is also called as a crown shape. Crown shape 8-membered ring it is, and after forming two bond, each sulfur is having two lone pair of electrons on itself. Hence in this one, each sulfur is sp3 hybridized, because sulfur it is having what? Two lone pair of electron and two bond pair of electron, hence hybridization is what? sp3 here. So the point is, oxygen, due to formation of multiple bond, it exists as a diatomic gas, and the remaining elements, they are not able to form p5 multiple bond, they prefer to form what? A single bond, and they exist as 8-membered ring here. And that too, again the tendency to exist in the 8-membered ring, again it decreases from what? Sulfur to tellurium. In these three, sulfur S8 molecule is more stable, and they are having structure like this. It is a crown shaped 8-member ring here. Okay, this is what oxygen is diatomic, and remaining elements are what? Octatomic molecules here. Next point is catenation we will discuss. Already we know What is catenation? It is the self-linking ability of the atom. Okay, this catenation property depends on what? The bond energy between the two atoms that are undergoing self-linkage here. So I will write catenation. It is directly proportional to the XX bond energy. These are the two atoms which are undergoing catenation here. If this bond energy is more, that atoms are having what? More catenation property here. Okay. Next one, in group 16, oxygen and sulfur both show what? Catenation property here. Again, out of these two, the catenation property of sulfur is more than the oxygen. The reason for this is SS single bond is more stable than the oxygen single bond. The reason for this is because of the small size of the oxygen atom, the lone pair of electrons on the oxygen, they are very close to each other. But here the larger size is there, so that the lone pair of electrons are away from each other. Due to small size of the oxygen, what happens? Due to high interelectronic repulsion among the non-bonding electrons of the oxygen, this oxygen-oxygen bond become weaker. Hence, what happens here? Bond energy of oxygen is decreasing. It is about 138 kilojoule per mole, oxygen-oxygen bond energy. And here, SS bond is more stable, hence its bond energy is more, that is around 213 kilojoule per mole it is. Because of this, SS bond is more stronger than oxygen-oxygen bond, hence the catenation property of sulfur is more than the oxygen here. All right. Due to high interelectronic repulsion among lone pair of electrons of oxygen, OO single bond is weaker than SS single bond. SS single bond. Because of this is its bond energy is less and bond energy is more. So the catenation property will be maximum for this one, because as the bond strength increases, catenation property increases here. That's why sulfur shows what? Maximum catenation property here. So in this one again, you'll write some examples of catenation. This also shows, but tendency is less than the sulfur here. I'll write HOOH in case of H2O2. Okay, oxygen shows what? Catenation property. This is self-linking of what? Oxygen here. Similarly, you can write H2S2 sulfides, H, S, S, again H, H2S3 also you can write H, S, 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 again you can write H2S4 also. So that in this way it will form many sulfides here, polysulfides it will form H, S, S, S and H like this. In spite of this polysulfides, this sulfur also forms polysulfuric acid like this. This is polysulfuric acid, that is nothing but SO3H, and S is N times here. Again this will be what? SO3H. So that in spite of this polysulfides, sulfur also forms what? Polysulfuric acid. Here n number of sulfur atoms are there here. This is a polysulfuric acid. That's why here in case of group 16, oxygen and sulfur, they will show catenation property. Out of these two, sulfur is having more catenation property. And again down the group, what happens? Catenation property decreases, because down the group atomic size increases, bond length increases, bond energy decreases. Decrease in the bond energy, that catenation property decreases here. Okay, I'll write in the next point. Down the group, tendency to show catenation decreases with decrease in bond energy, with decrease in the bond energy. Okay, this is about catenation. You can write order also. Sulfur is more than oxygen, which is more than selenium, more than tellurium. You can write this. Okay, this order. This is about catenation. So next point we will discuss allotropes of group 16 elements. So in case of group 16, almost all elements they will show what? Allotropes. The first one I will write oxygen. Oxygen shows two allotropes. It exists as a O2 molecule as well as O3. This is dioxygen and this is ozone. Next, sulfur. Sulfur also shows allotropy, that is the first one. It exists as rhombic sulfur, monoclinic sulfur. Next is amorphous sulfur, and another is plastic form. Okay, sulfur exists as rhombic, monoclinic, amorphous as well as plastic here. Next one, selenium. This selenium shows again three allotropic forms here. First one is red form. This red form is non-metallic. Second one is a gray form. Gray form is metallic in nature. And this one, last one is amorphous black form. Amorphous black form. These are the allotropes of selenium. This is sulfur and this is oxygen. Next, tellurium. It also exists as crystalline and amorphous form. The last one, even polonium radioactive element, this also exists as alpha and beta form. Okay, these are the allotropes of group 16. All the elements of group 16 they will show allotropy. Okay, this is what allotropes.